Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Compx number C8055K415A, 415 in a 14A finish. It's a cabinet lock is what it is, but it's a special cabinet lock, and let's go over it. First of all, Compx, the name is synonymous with high quality cam locks and many other items, and we'll go over where you can review many other cam locks and ancillary items from Compx. So when you order the lock, it is going to arrive to you in a bag full of parts like this. Let's do a visual tour of all the parts first. First of all, you're going to have a cylinder. The cylinder will have two original keys. The 415 in the part number is the key number. That's important because you can order different key numbers. That's important because if you have a 415 now and you want the new lock to be keyed alike, order this key number. If you want it to be keyed different, just be sure to pick a different key number. It's that simple. And we'll go over that a bit more in a moment. You're going to get the two keys and then the cam lock itself, the lock body, and that will fit into the housing, or the cylinder housing, really is what it is. Going blind. Okay. That is installed there. It's loose, which is normal, but that's what it's going to look like. I'll give you some dimensional properties of this body itself. This is going to be a body, and there is lots of information below this video. The cylinder length is 1 7/16, and that's going to be a dimension from the underside of the head to the back of the cylinder. Okay. And that is the C8055. Really, the cylinder length is part and parcel of that part number, as are the other items that make up the entire lock that we'll go over in a moment. Just so that, since we're talking about it, the 14A is the bright nickel color. That is the bezel of the cylinder housing. Okay. Moving on down the line, the other important thing to know is you're going to get two tail pieces. You're going to get a straight tail piece, and you're going to get an offset tail piece, and that can be installed either way that you like. You know what, before we go any further, part and parcel of this key, of this part number, is the fact that the cylinder rotates in 90 degrees only. Only goes 90 degrees. You can remove the key in either orientation. It's important to know that. Okay. If you need a different function, let us know. It'll be a different part number. First of all, your straight cam, that's going to be an overall length of about 2 13/16, but you're really dealing with the center line of the cylinder, which is the center line of the square prep, which will allow it to look like that, naturally. Same with the offset cam as well. Okay, center line of the cylinder body, or the cylinder plug, to the end of the cam is about 1 9/16. That little hole that you see there, and the same in this one, I'll explain in a moment. Width of the tailpiece, or the cam, about 5/8. Now the offset. Center line down to the end is about 1 3/16. It's going to have an offset from the backside total of about 3/8 of an inch. Okay, width would be the same. Plastic insert shims of 3 different thicknesses for you to use or insert into those holes in the back of the tailpiece to give you an ability to shim or pad the installation slightly. Okay, 3 thicknesses. You're going to get, of course, the screw that will hold the tailpiece onto the back of the cylinder after you install it. You will get the nut that will keep the cylinder body captive on the back of the cylinder. Before you install that, though, you're going to want to think about the trim washer, should you need it, so as to give yourself that sort of look. And then the spur washer, which will go on the back of the unit, like that, and those spurs sink into the back of the cabinet to help prevent unintentional rotation of the cylinder body, is what it is. Supplied with 2 keys, trim washer, spur washer if it's a wood application, mounting nut, and 2 cams A flat washer for metal is needed. If a flat washer for metal is needed, order the C2015-2C separately, and that would change this washer on the back out to something that doesn't have those spurs. I suppose you could probably just flatten those out if you wanted to. Might be easy to do that. Now, there is below this video all of the important properties of the unit that we've gone over. Let's go over it briefly. Each lock comes with the stop washer, allows for the cam turn of 90 degree only. For drawers, right or left hand, it's non-handed, can be installed either way. Cams include for lift or overlay construction, 1.5" extension, or flush construction, 1.125" extension with 11/32 offset. That's the proper offset. To accommodate typical 3/4 inch front with a 3/4 inch frame behind it. Order the, if you have that sort of construction. Now there's an image below this video showing the lock application, which is actually very handy because of course this lock may accommodate your need for a flush installation or a lipped overlay or an overlay, but you're going to need to order the proper body for doing that. The 8055 is going to have that 1 7/16 total thickness, okay, which is going to be better suited, you know, really for your lipped overlay sort of construction. And just not enough length to do a full overlay. So you change the 8055 to a 53 or a 54 as the part number. Key removable in both locked and unlocked position. Supplied with 2 keys, and we've gone over the other things. Uninstalled, exactly as I showed. You can order this material from Compx, and really any keying requirement that you have, you'd reach out to us and we'd communicate with them in expressing your needs. They've got key numbers, and you can order those just keyed alike. You can order locks keyed differently, and there'll be different key numbers. You can order them master keyed, keyed differently in master keyed. You might have a chemistry lab in a high school, and you might want all of them keyed alike for the students, but then you might need a master key because the teacher's unit will be different. It's not an uncommon circumstance to have, master keyed. You've got a master key. You've got 20 locks that are keyed alike. You've got one lock that's keyed differently. The master can go everywhere. This key for the 1 cannot go into the 20. The 20 cannot go into the 1. However you like it, Compx can certainly accommodate. Max material thickness for this is 1.125", so keep that in mind. The 1 7/16 body length in relationship to the max thickness is, of course, something that's related. You're going to need a little bit of room left over to get the assembly of the back of the cylinder installed, your spur washer, the nut to go on, etc. You need a little bit of room for that. Now, there is that link I mentioned earlier to the disc tumbler cam lock diagram. Very handy, interesting, shows you the size of the hole that you need for wood or metal construction, gives you an indication as to how the cylinder construction will work with how the key cylinder would be installed into the plug, or the cylinder housing, I should say. There is a link below this video to a document called Cut Sheet, which is very handy because that will allow you to pull up a table that will show you the cylinder length and the max material thickness. It will show you the part number as the key number. This is the 415, but as the key number changes, along with how the finish will change. So that's a handy document. It also gives a summary of pretty much everything we've just talked about. Finally, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Compx products that we sell, but a link to the manufacturer's website, along with a link to the product catalog. The product catalog is very handy. You can fire that up, do a find function on your keyboard, whatever, Control F, and type in 8055 or C8055. Hit the enter button, and you're going to scroll through that catalog and find all of the instances of that. But the point is, you'll certainly get to the cut sheet where that item belongs, and you'll be able to review it against all of Compx's sister products for this. If you're looking for a cam lock, either standard or something quite special, Compx is the company. Not only in availability, not only in quality, but in technical support and service. Their people are exceptional. They are heads and shoulders exceptional. Every time I call and ask, the person has the answer immediately right away, and it's appreciated. If you have any questions on the Compx C8055 and a 415 keyway and a 14A finish, or any other Compx product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.